Yeah, I can't be happier. When you try something, it, it's kind of a hit and miss, right? Because, Marshall, you've been following me for a really long time. You see me go through the Schecters, the PRSs. I'm trying to think about how long you've been around. I know you came around for the PRSs and the Schecters. You were there for Solar, obviously. Did you go back further than that? Because my brain is horrible. It's happening, Tom. But I've tried a lot of stuff, and I try to do stuff like check out companies that either A, don't really have the best reputation, or aren't really getting that much attention. And this year, I happened to be talking to Jeremy Verrero, who has a YouTube channel called Donkeys and Demos. Super awesome dude. Go check out his channel for sure, if you're the type that watches YouTube stuff. He's just a really good guy. I was just curious. I've only seen Guerilla around, but never really knew anybody that owned one. It was just one of those weird things. They've been around forever, for like 15 years, and I literally didn't know anybody that owned one until Jeremy got one. Okay, so you've been around since the PRS days. So you see me go through 3 of them, and now Guerilla will be my 4th since you've been watching. So it's not that I hate the other brands. I love PRS. You're not going to hear me say too much bad about PRS. Schecter, I'm not a big fan. They're a lot of hype and too much money for what they give you. Oh, you can't go wrong with these pickups. Nazgul and Sentient, please. These things are a friggin' beast. Just sounds really good. Yeah, a lot of guitars come and go, yeah. But a lot of them stick around. If you think about it, I kept a bunch of PRSs, I kept a bunch of Solars, didn't keep any of the Schecters, because the only ones I really liked were the Keith Marrows. But then when I had a problem, it's like, once you have a problem, how does the company handle it? That's part of what I do. How is the company to deal with? It's not just the product you buy. It's, do they give a shit after you buy it? That's a huge thing. Does the company actually give a crap? And Schecter, I can tell you right now, they don't give a fuck about you once you give them your money. You give Schecter your money, they're done with you. Until you want to give them more money, then they're your friend again. Solar, I can say, treats you pretty good. PRS treats you awesome. The team at PRS, you have a problem with your guitar, you get a hold of them, they're right on it. They don't waste no time whatsoever to help you out. Solar, just so everybody knows, I'm not really making a big video about it or anything. But I ended up with a cracked fretboard in my red Explorer. It was pretty upsetting to see. Matter of fact, I took it to Rich's place. He owns Voodoo Custom Pickups, to have a pickup installed on it, and that's when I saw it. And I had no problems until then. So I got a hold of Solar. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? I got a cracked fretboard. What do we do about this? And they told me, and I couldn't believe they said this, but it happened. Get yourself a humidifier because it's happening because your fretboard's dry. like, I don't keep my area right when I have $4,000 PRSs kicking around. Pretty sure I'm taking care of my guitars. Just putting that out there. So they told me I could take it to a luthier and have a luthier fill it with glue and then sprinkle some ebony dust to cover up the cracks. Or I could pay to send it back to Solar and they would do the such process and send it back. Can't really say I'm a big fan of that. To send it to Solar, just so everybody knows, you gotta send that shit to Spain. So to have my guitar fixed, now if they gave me the guitar in the first place, I probably wouldn't mind, because they're good guitars. That's the only problem I've ever had with a Solar guitar. But I bought everything I had by Solar. Solar gave me nothing. They didn't even give me a fucking t-shirt, you know? Matter of fact, I couldn't even order a t-shirt. That's pretty fucked up. But, what flavor am I vaping? Same flavor I always do. I'm a sissy. I like my vapes like my bitch drinks I put down. Gonna have a little lemonade, a little strawberry. It's gotta taste good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was a little upset with how Solar decided to handle it. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I mean, I did tell them I wouldn't make a video about it. You know, going over it, because they're just getting destroyed right now because of this whole fretboard thing, and it's ridiculous. This isn't what happens because somebody has a dry bedroom. I mean, what's the chances that you get over 100 people with dry bedrooms in a month? Most guys pick up their guitars pretty regularly. So the oil in their hands are keeping the fretboards moisturized, essentially. Because we all some greasy bitches, you know what I'm saying? The LTD stuff, yeah. I'm a big fan of the LTD stuff. They're what I did before PRS, by the way. Was it after PRS? No, it was after PRS, wasn't it? So I had the black metal series. I got a bunch of those. But here's the funny part about the EC stuff. This guitar right here, by Guerilla, and just outside Quebec, Canada, is handmade. Does it have a couple little imperfections in the paint, like where it has a little run in it? Yeah, it does. But it's not that bad. I mean, I had to look it over to see it. You know, it's not like it stood out like a sore thumb. So, you can get this handmade guitar, like handmade, with awesome appointments. You got hip shot, you got Seymour Dunks, you got 500K pots, you got a triple blade that usually you find on very expensive guitars. I mean, it's a high quality. The guy ain't fucking around. Go-to lock and tunas. Alright? You get a real nut, not just one of those plastic shitty ones. It's a great guitar. You got metal backing plates instead of the shitty little plastic ones. For the same price that you could take and get yourself an EC1000. Really, at the end of the day. You know, if you want a decent LTD, you're going to spend about $1,000, $1,100 to get a good one. And you can get this for $1,100. I mean, if you want to talk about putting your money where you as a consumer is going to get most for your dollar, this guitar is just superior, unfortunately. I don't know why I slept on these for so long. I kind of feel stupid in a way. Like, I get this guitar. Part of me, every time I switch guitar companies, wants to have something to shit on. Because if I make videos where I'm like, fuck this company, the videos do so good. But I have nothing bad to say, really. Like, if you watch my review of the guitar, like, what do I talk about as far as, like, negative stuff? The paint flaw, which really, at the end of the day, it's hand-painted. You can't have it perfect all the time. It's impossible, right? I mean, we can agree on that. I'd like to think we could all agree on that. That was probably my biggest gripe, and I had to look for it to find the gripe. So, take that for what it's worth. Yeah, I don't think you end up having rust like on Floyd Roses and stuff. Yeah, that'd probably be a big deal. They'll customize anything you want, Marshall. Gus over there, the owner, he's awesome. He literally is just the coolest guy ever. That kind of really rang it home for me too, dealing with him, because he's super excited about somebody getting one of his guitars. It's not just like he's selling you a guitar and it's like, yeah, dude bought a guitar, I make badass guitars, fuck that guy. No, he's like excited that somebody got one of his guitars. Like, excited, like when a 5-year-old knows Christmas is coming, excited. So it's awesome dealing with a guy who's like super excited what you think about his guitar. And it's been a while since I've had that experience, since PRS. Like when I met Paul, it was really awesome because Paul was like, what'd you think about that guitar? And I noticed you did a video on it. It's like, yeah, I go, the guitar is amazing, So that was when he came up with the S2 line. And you talk to these builders that actually care about their products. That's why I like small pedal companies, because they care what you think about their product. And if they can do something better, they're open to suggestion, and they might adjust something, or they might be like, oh, I need to pay more attention to that, It makes a huge, 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 huge difference. And like the pickup thing, everybody's like, bare knuckle this, bare knuckle that. And every time someone says bare knuckle, all I can think about is moose knuckle. And for all you don't know what a moose knuckle is, that's when a fucking guy wears pants too tight and his fucking nuts is one side and the sausage is the other. It looks like a moose knuckle. That's all I think. But you got guys like, like Rich over at Voodoo Custom Pickups who, for $100, you can have something that just destroys that friggin' bare knuckle pickup. Like, his stuff is amazing. And affordable. Super affordable. Do you have to wait for it? Yes. The guy's building that shit out of his basement in his spare time. He actually has a real job. And he's one of the nicest guys ever. I'm working on getting the video of my visit to him all hashed out. I had to take a little break from putting videos together because I'm trying to learn how to put videos together when I film in different sections, because I'm not very good at it. Speaking of small builders, Park Kingry, Park's Custom Pedals. That dude he's got an overdrive pedal out there right now called the Ninarda. It kills. It's awesome. If anybody watched the giveaway that I was doing for Christmas when I reviewed that pedal of his, that was the prototype to that pedal. And it's that kid out in Illinois has an awesome pedal before the rest of us. How the hell does that work? Park, how did you end up with a pedal before I did? What the hell? The pedal's awesome. As you can tell, you watch that video, you'd be like, damn, that thing slams. It's great. These are small builders. Doing this shit in their house. Yeah, you can go buy a $200-300 overdrive, or you can get one from Park for like $110 shipped to your house. And he custom paints every single one of them. No two are alike. It's pretty badass. Just gonna throw that out there. I might have picked the colors out for it. Maybe. Never know. Might even named it. I only had to edit out one thing he said, and I did that for your benefit, not mine, Rich. Just because other people will watch it, and he had something come out of his mouth that probably little kids shouldn't say. So I did take that out. Other than that, I didn't edit it out. I think your kid's fucking hilarious. I'll hang out with that kid any day. That kid's on 100. Yeah, Park's been busy, man. Park was kind enough to gift me one, and I bought one. So I can give one to my boy Steven Dotson. He's just a good dude. So he's been very kind to me, so I wanted to kind of return the favor of kindness and hook him up with one. So I bought him one. which is really cool because Steve's kind of like me. You know, he's very inquisitive. You know, and not only that, I don't just talk about these small companies for the sake of it. Most of them, I at least pay what it cost them to build it. You know, I don't really take many handouts. What does it sound like clean? You're always playing crunchy. Crunchy, crunchy. It's because I like the crunchy. But I will go clean. Because I have the Boss Katana, so all I have to do is just hit one button. If I did this right, I'm on the cleans. Clean. But really, did they? You go up to that sentient pickup and it sounds so good. it's a great pickup. It's really nice. So, it's kind of funny. Right, hope. So, funny story. So, when I wrote this, that, it was definitely Bullet from a Valentine inspired. So much so that I'll play the electric part because it's too funny not to. So we got the clean part that goes. We gotta go to the crunchy. I think it's just ridiculous. I really like this guitar. I hate saying it, but it's probably instantly one of my favorite guitars. So it's going to be really cool to see what happens when I get a 7-string. Because that's usually where the cracks start to form. Like, when you get into 7-string territory, a lot of people make them, but not everybody makes them good. Hate to say it. Not everybody makes them good. They're a tough one, especially if you're not like a strictly 7 player. No pun on the company, by the way. So, yeah. What's the neck feel like? I'd say it's kind of like a modern soft C. It's very comfortable. Like, if you're a fan of like an Ibanez neck, but you think it's too thin and too dainty, this has got a little more meat on it, but it's sort of kind of got the same feel. If that makes any sense? Like, it feels very Ibanez in nature, but a little thicker, and there's a little more to like really anchor your hand into. It's very comfortable anyway. Like, I picked it up and instantly had no issues with it. I didn't have to like adjust to it, take a little time with it. You just pick it up and it feels like home. It's the only thing I can think of to say. You pick it up and it feels like you're at home. So comfortable. Yeah, they run $1,100 plus shipping, which still, it's like right in the market, man. Like, if you want to get a high-end LTD, or you want to get one of the higher-end PRSs that are made overseas in these Indonesian factories, this is handmade in North America for the same price. It's fucking ridiculous. And none for nothing, I don't even know if I'm supposed to mention this, but the prices on Guerilla stuff is going to go up a little bit. They've moved shops. They moved into a bigger shop. He's actually going to try to push and try to do something pretty cool with his company, which, none for nothing. I think that if people could try these and put their hands on them, they'd have a whole different thing. I know a lot of people see the headstock and are like, fuck, that's ugly as shit. The pictures don't do it justice. It really don't. Yeah, Solar's are great guitars. I have a whole slew of them. I'm not getting rid of them. I got rid of a couple of them, but I had a lot of them. I'm keeping my my white single cut. Keeping my A2 Carbon, which, believe it or not, is the cheapest one I have, and it's my favorite one. Goes to show you don't have to spend a lot of money to have a good guitar. Sometimes you just get a good guitar that's cheap as shit. Keeping my red E-Series for right now. Even though it has a cracked fretboard. I'm a little butthurt about the fretboard thing, but I'm sure Solar will figure out something with it. Because they have been very kind to me, yeah. So it's pretty cool stuff. Change that tone pot. Volume pot. Fucking thing. It's pretty bad when someone who understands how that shit works can't put fucking pickup in because it's so fucked up. Yeah, I think it's just nuts. This sounds crazy. Does he know how crazy it is? I'm playing through a Boss Katana right now. Thing sounds pretty fucking vicious, doesn't it? Boss Katana. Like, for real. Boss Katana. Like, straight up. No fucking around. Got that Boss Katana action. Mitch Packer. What's up, Bubba? So yeah, I guess it about covers all the questions. I really don't have too much information. As we go through the year, we'll start to see exactly what Guerilla's made out of. You know, the next guitar I get will be a 7-string, of course. Because my extended range boys are already up my ass. Like, dude, how come you didn't start with a 7-string? You never start with a 7-string. No. My primary instrument is a 6-string. So, obviously, I'm going to start with a 6-string. Why? Because it's my primary fucking instrument. It is a 6-string. Didn't know that was a complicated one to come across. But yeah. It's easy to come across as a chick's face, I'm just saying. Throw that out there. Kapow, motherfucker. But yeah. Guerilla guitars, I'm excited to be doing them this year. There's another one. No, they don't. Guerilla Guitars is not giving me a guitar. No. He don't give shit away. Sell stuff. Call the business, son. Did I get a deal? A little, I guess. Like, you didn't charge me shipping. That's a deal. So I would have paid shipping. I would have been pissed. It took forever for it to get here. It's only like 400 miles away from the house. So that's crazy. Something pretty cool though, and I'm gonna take him up on it. When they stop the travel ban into Canada, like I can go for work, but I can't go for pleasure. So when they make it so you can cross the borders again without, you know, all this crazy shit going on because of COVID, I'm actually gonna go up to the new plant and go visit Guerilla. So hopefully the travel ban will be lifted in 2021, because I'd like the year that I'm doing Guerilla guitars to be able to go to the plant. That'd be very cool. I knew that was going to pop up the minute I started talking about going to a plant. Yes, I am working on the video for KSR. That was just an awesome, awesome visit. Kyle Rhodes is just an animal. He's a good dude. And the people that work for him are just awesome people. They do killer things. Like, I couldn't believe how much stuff they do in-house. It was ridiculous. It was a very, 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 very cool afternoon, and I can't thank Kyle enough for screwing his whole Monday up, letting me into his place. So it was very cool. And he did a nice interview with me, which was really awesome. I will have that up. Right now I'm waiting for a video that Kyle shot when I wasn't really paying attention to me playing, while he's running me through the PA50, which is all it is just a power amp. It's a tube power amp, which, by the way, if anybody's looking to buy a power amp, that's a loud-ass 50-watt power amp. And I know you'd look at it and go, I can buy myself a Seymour Duncan power stage, but that does not sound as good as that PA50, not even fucking close. So I'm thinking about getting one myself, just because I get a lot of pedals in that would really lend itself really well to it. But if you order one now, you're going to be waiting for it. I mean, they're building them as fast as they can, but they're selling them without advertising. They're selling that good, so kudos to them, because Kyle deserves that. He's a very smart guy. He's working on some pretty cool stuff, too, which is pretty badass. Very good guy. Yeah, it was such a great day. Yeah. I'm very, 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 very appreciative, and I almost feel like I cheated or something, because really, at the end of the day, that's not a place where, especially, I have a very small YouTube channel. You know, I'm not that big in the grand scheme of things, and he took me in and treated me so well. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome, and he was such a nice guy. Like, a legit nice guy. He wasn't being nice because I have, like, this massive YouTube channel. He's being nice because he's just a freaking nice guy. Anybody who's ever conversed with him, like, if you message KSR, you're 9 out of 10 times talking to Kyle. He's just a nice guy. Anybody who's ever had dealings with him says the same thing. The dude's freaking nice as hell. He deserves every bit of success he's having. Again, we go right back to that. I like the smaller companies. Do bigger companies offer good stuff? Yes, they do. But there's just something charming about when you have a question about gear, you're talking to the owner, like the guy who built the damn thing. There's something charming about that. You know? As you can see, just in my live feed here, there's been a couple builders that are just chatting about. They're good dudes. Like, the last comment sitting here is Rich. He's Voodoo Custom Pickups. It's him. Nobody else. Him. One-man operation. And he does amazing work. His stuff's just awesome. And he's doing... Like, if somebody has an idea, if he uses their idea, he makes it a custom pickup for them. So, you have guys like, you know, just for instance, you got a signature pedal that's out for Greg over at Angry Tones. Greg don't have a large following. Matter of fact, he has a very small one. I don't think he's at 1,000 yet. I think he's still, like, cranking around the 800 mark. He's nobody in the grand scheme of things. Absolutely nobody. But he has a signature pickup, and the pickup's really good. You know, so you have a guy who's not a big deal with an awesome pickup by a very small company that you can buy. And it's kind of cool when you can do that. If you think about it, people are like, oh, what's that pickup? Oh, this guy I watch on the internet caught one of his videos, and this Alchemist pickup sounded really good. And you look and you're like, oh my god, he only has 800 followers, he has a signature pickup, and the thing kills? That says a lot. One, Rich is just really good. He's good at what he does, and there's nothing subtle about what he does. If you want a subtle pickup, he's not your guy. His pickup's a full-on gorilla dick. And now he's working on one with Kyle Bull. And Kyle's an awesome kid. Visiting with him was awesome. He was my first person that did the Your Rig, My Rig episode. Such a good guy. He really is. You couldn't ask for a better guy. Kyle Bull is awesome. No bullshit with that guy. He's got to love having that last name, right? He's got to. The worst part about Kyle Bull, standing next to him in a video, you really get to see what a big fat piece of shit you are when you're standing next to that guy. That guy's built like a brick shithouse. You turn sideways and you definitely can tell I'm like 3 times the man that he is. That's after losing a ton of weight. Holy shit. Yeah, I got a ways to go. Holy crap. But he's the nicest guy ever. He likes to laugh. He's into gear and wants to know what gear does. You know, he's a little nerdy about it, which is great because a lot of us are a little nerdy about it, you know? Just a good dude. If anybody's ever in Erie, Pennsylvania, reach out to that guy. He's just such a nice guy. Every time I go through there, if I got time, I'm definitely hitting him up. Because that guy he's dozens, man. He's just a good dude. Do I know any Metallica? Of course I know Metallica. Jesus Christ, I'm old as shit. How the fuck would I not know any Metallica? Apparently my brain shut off and I forgot what the fuck I was doing. I can play standard tuning. was stupid.
Texas pigsty. Play that guitar, CC. Classic rock. That's the only song I learned by Leonard Skinner. Ooh, she's a little loud. That's the first time I've knocked this thing out of tune in 2 days. Just gonna put that out there. This thing just stays in fucking tune. Sounds huge. Yeah, that just happened. It's nothing better than like trying to see how many riffs you can remember in a row from like songs you learned like, I don't know, a fucking lifetime ago. So it's a good time. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I think it's time for me to go get breakfast. Alright, folks, it is time for me to get breakfast. I'm fat and I'm hungry. So I gotta go take care of what's important. My fat ass. Yeah. Yeah. How do you like the new guitar? I love it. I don't want to yap on it too much because people get the wrong idea, but I really do love this guitar. I was pleasantly surprised that it's as good as it is. At the price point, the guitar is fucking phenomenal. I love it. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if it was in the video I shot for it or in my chat, but I might be done doing the whole different guitar line every year. I really, really, really do like this guitar. It's so good. It really is good. I love it. Can't wait till I get my hands on a 7-string. Because I really need to get my hands on a 7-string. But other than that, this thing is just kick-ass. It stays in tune really well. I mean, granted, yeah, you probably just saw me tune it, but literally I've been wanking on this fucking thing for over an hour. It finally knocked out just a tiny bit. It's a precision instrument for $1,100. Like, precision instrument. Like, comparison guitars, precision instrument for $1,100. Just saying. Just saying. You know? Can't beat it. And I'm really hoping, you know, that's why I try multiple guitars, because it's easy for a builder to send me one that's like spot on, tits perfect, right? But I'll buy one used on the used market, which probably if the guys from Guerilla watch this, they'd be like, oh shit, don't buy used, buy from us. Well, there's a reason why I buy used, because that one can't be controlled by the company. That one's controlled by it being beat up already for a year or two by somebody else. That gives you a look at the longevity. Because in a year, obviously I can't put years on a guitar in a year. Because I check in at 6 months, do a kind of an assessment, and then I do the end of year assessment, like I did with the Solar guitars. Solar guitars a year later, they're great. You know, for their price point, they're good. They're a great company to deal with. I have no real complaints, really. I mean, they were pretty kind to me, you know? Yeah, I'm strictly for the next year, for 2021, a Guerilla guitar will always be in my truck. So whenever I film videos of trucks, it will be Guerilla guitars. Every once in a while, I'll drag something different out just to give me a break, but I do that on purpose. I take that break so I can wash my brain of the guitar I've been using, get away from them for a little while, then I can step back to them and see if it's just I gotten kind of used to them, or if they really are holding up that good to other brands. You know, and my guitar rack speaks numbers, you know. I have Paul Reed Smiths in that rack, and I have Solars in that rack. So, out of all the guitars I've had, that's what I've got. Just saying, you don't keep guitars that suck. Keep guitars that are good. You know, just gotta throw that out there. You keep the guitars that are good. The guitars that speak to you, the guitars that hold up. And I'm an asshole. If a guitar doesn't hold up to the punishment that I give it, and I'm not easy-handed, I don't know if you watch me pick, but I am heavy fucking handed. If a guitar can't stand up to what I do, I don't want the fucking guitar. You know? I gotta have a guitar that will, one, put up with my dumb ass, and all I do is chug, really. At the end of the day, I'm a hack motherfucker at best. It has to be able to put up with what I'm going to put it through. Because I'm not going to... Money's hard to come by, man. You got to earn that shit. You got to put it away like squirrels do nuts for wintertime, you know? And if I'm giving someone my money, I don't mind giving someone my money for their product, but I want my money's worth out of that product. And that's what this whole process is. Throughout the year, we'll go through Guerilla. Something bad happens, you're gonna know about it. Something good happens, you're gonna know about it. Who knows? Maybe things will go well enough with them that maybe this will be the first company I can work with, that maybe I can get like a free shipping code or something from them, so if people want to buy it, they can use a code or something or whatever. You know, you never know. What's your opinion for us, stupid fulf? The fuck is a fulf? I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. You lost me on that one. I can usually transfer Taiwanese pretty well, but I have no idea what the fuck fulf is. Supposed to be folk? So what's your opinion for us stupid folk? I'm stupid too. What the fuck you want my opinion for? I think that's what you meant to say is folk. F-O-L-K. I think. Or is that a K? My fucking eyes are that bad? I know this writing's really small on it, son. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I was right. Folk. Nailed that shit. Nailed it. Ha ha. Yeah, the solars are great, man. I don't have nothing bad to say about solars. Everybody got all fucking twisted. I don't understand. The solar fanboy... Wes, if you're a solar fanboy, I mean you no disrespect, but I gotta say this because it has to be said. Solar fanboys lost their fucking minds. It's okay to like other fucking gear. That's why shit tons of it's made. You can like other gear and still like solar guitars. But the solar guitar community walked right up, took this epic fucking shit on me because I was doing Guerilla guitars this year. I did solar for a whole fucking year. I dragged them motherfuckers all over this country. Put solar guitars into hundreds of people's hands. And I got shit on because this year I'm doing Guerilla. You know. Fuck them fanboy motherfuckers. I do what I do. I do what I do. And I do this to try to help people. Why? Not everybody wants to play a fucking Fender or an Ibanez or an ESP. The stuff you can get at Guitar Center. Not everybody wants to play it. So I want to get my hands on stuff that maybe isn't as popular. See what they're made of. See if the price point equals the quality you get. You know? That's what I'm trying to do. It's not a loyalty thing. I love my Solars. I love my PRSs. I got rid of all my LTD ESP stuff. Why? It just didn't stand up to the PRS stuff. Let's face it, it just didn't. So I played my PRSs more, so chucked them to help buy Solars. And the Schecters, same thing. Schecters, the guitars weren't the biggest problem with the Schecters. Schecter was the biggest problem with the Schecters. The Schecter guitars play great. But when you have a problem, Schecter guitars don't give one solitary single fuck about you. Period. I had Sweetwater cleaning up messes of used guitars I bought because they were such absolute fucking disasters. You know, and stuff I bought from other companies, Sweetwater took care of it.
Yeah, Sweetwater. Because Sweetwater could turn it back into Schecter, but Schecter wouldn't deal with me. I had a problem with my Schecters, and they didn't give a fuck. Once they're out of Schecter's hands, they don't care one single shit. And I'm sorry, I don't want to support a company like that. I want to support a company that if you have a problem, you can get a hold of that company and be like, hey, listen, I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but there's something wonky with this. Can I send it out to you? Or can you send me a shipping label to have it go to you? I mean, you did build the fucking thing, and if it's an absolute piece of garbage, just send me another one. I'm not that attached to this particular body of guitar. Send me another one. I don't give a shit. You want to save money? Tell me to burn the one I got and send me another one. That's what Legator did. Legator sent me one. They're just like, no, dude, we're not going to spend the money shipping that fucker back and forth. It's fucked up, we'll send you another one. That's how you treat your customers. And they cleaned up Guitar Center's mess as it was, but still, it's a Legator guitar. Legator took care of it. I'll never say anything bad about the Legator guys. They were awesome. I agree, Mitch. I agree. Absolutely. Please tell me that I'm not the only one that thinks it's like the prettiest chord in rock and roll. It's a bitch to hold, but man, is it pretty. Pretty shit. Get the chicks to suck your dick. That's why I learned that song, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there. That got me some solid head. Fat guys gotta do what fat guys gotta do to sling their goo, you know what I'm saying? Probably more than you wanted to hear this morning, isn't it, fellas? Yeah, happened. Can't take it back now. It's on the internet. Gotta own it. Gotta own it. Just gotta own it. Alright. Y'all be good. I'm gonna call this shit a day. I'm gonna go get some bacon and eggs, because it's breakfast time. Well, it's like a late lunch for most people, I guess, but I'm not most people. I like to have my coffee and settle into my day before I eat, and I slept in like a fucking fat, lazy bitch that I am. Yeah, I don't even want to get into the whole Fender thing. I am a huge Fender hater. Anybody that's watching, you can say what you want, but I don't give a shit. Fuck Fender. Right in the butt. No lube, no kisses, no nothing. Hit him in the back of the head with a wine bottle and just raw dog that shit right in their fudge funnel. Fuck that place. Fucking hate Fender. They're horrible. And every company they touch, they ruin. Just saying. Jackson guitars, when I first started playing, if you had any problem with your Jackson, you could get hold of Jackson, they were like, oh dude, oh shit, let's get that taken care of right now. Now that Fender owns them, you have a problem with your Jackson guitar, that's what you have. You have a problem with your Jackson guitar. It's just sad. And this shows you the big difference. And I don't know how they separate them. I don't have any idea. But if you have a problem with your EVH guitar, you have a problem with your EVH guitar. You have a problem with the EVH head, you have a problem with the EVH head. But if you have a problem with the D-tuner on your EVH guitar, they'll send you a whole brand new one. No questions asked. That's fucked up. It's like straight fucked up. They'll take care of you, no questions. I lost a little nut to it. I just emailed them, was like, hey, can I buy one of those? Like, no, but we'll send you a bunch of them. People lose them all the time. It was simple. Then I had one where it wore out, and they just sent me like 3 or 4 new ones. I'm like, I only needed one. I'm like, if one went, another one's going to go. That's how you take care of your customer. But did EVH Guitars or Fender take care of me? Fuck no. They didn't give a shit. Fuck Fender. Fuck them hard. Right in the caca hat. You know what I'm saying? Turn your balls into mud flaps on them motherfuckers. There's very few companies I dislike that much. I dislike Fender, I dislike Schecter,
and they worked hard for it. I don't dislike them just because I don't like their guitars. I don't like the company. Schecter they have some awesome looking guitars. They're fucking awesome. I mean, Fender Strat, it's as iconic as a Les Paul, in my opinion. You know, most people, if you ask them to draw a picture of a guitar, they're either going to draw a Fender Strat or they're going to draw a Les Paul. Period. That's just the way it is. And I think there's a space for both those brands to always be there. But come on, folks. Demand more of these companies. Or support smaller companies. You know, granted, yes, Solar's going through a little bit of a hiccup with some quality control stuff. Blame it on COVID. Blame it on what you want. But at the end of the day, it's a quality control problem. They're not exactly handling it the best. But they're a new company. Everything's gone so damn smoothly. Now they have a hiccup. But give them time. Ola's a good guy. He's a guitar player. So, you know, he used to be a regular, average, everyday guy that had to go to work and make his money at a place where someone else owned the business. So I'm pretty sure he's going to get this all sourced out. Just give him some time, and everything will work itself out. I'm pretty confident in that because they're just good people. And good people usually don't spend their time just fucking over somebody. They'd rather help somebody. So keep that in mind. You know? So, no hate for the Solar. Even though I've had a problem with one of them, it happens. If you buy 100 guitars, one of them's going to have a problem. If you buy 100 guitars and none of them have a problem, shit, son, you got lucky as fuck. You know, I've had problems with PRSs. I've had problems with $4,000 PRSs. Difference is, when I called PRS, they were like, "Oh my god!" They were mortified. Holy shit! Let's get that back here. You know, everything was fine. They took care of it. They paid the shipping both ways. They got it there and got it back to me as quickly as possible. Taken care of 100%. Matter of fact, they even upgraded my guitar. Like, they put a couple things into it that were a little bit better that they had on the guitars now versus my old one. For nothing. Why? Because I had a problem. They just made sure the guitar was awesome. Love PRS. They probably, as far as like customer service goes, nobody touches them. Nobody. Those guys are fucking awesome. You have one problem with your shit, they're all over it like a fat kid on a cupcake. Like a hungry fat kid on a cupcake. Yeah, so, very cool. So, this is where we're at. We're going to be in Guerilla land now, so you'll still see some Solars popping up. I don't have a 7-string, so obviously I'll still be using my 7-string Solars. I'll probably use the Harley Benton for a little while until it sells. Which, by the way, you know, someone wants to buy that Harley Benton, that's a good deal. You know, you want to get to a 7-string and not spend a lot of money, that Harley Benton fucking slays, son. Alright. Very cool. Y'all be good. Matter of fact, I just got a message from Gus from Guerilla Guitars. He must have noticed that I posted my video last night. Be interested to see what he says. Alright. Y'all be good. It's time to go get some bacon. I've talked about it enough. Let's go get fat. Fatter. I'm already fat. Let's get fatter. No shit, get fatter with a motherfucker splatter. Alright. Very cool. Mitch, I'm super busy. If I don't call you in a couple hours, I'm going to go do breakfast. So you just got to hold your tits. But if I don't call you within a couple hours, call me. Alright? Because I'm old and my memory shit. Alrighty. Very cool. Y'all be good. And I'll see you soon in a video or some shit. Some of y'all see personally. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Alright. Later, guys. Be good. Treat each other well. Keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. Chug, 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 chug. Chug, 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 chug. Alright. Later, man. I gotta go.